I almost feel like the devil is testing me, but I also feel like God is testing me at the same time. I feel like in my mind right now, how I'm feeling at the moment, it's like a spiritual war that's going on. And I've been feeling like this since I moved here, but really more so um, in the last couple of months. I feel like there's a spiritual battle that's going on between God and the devil. And it's almost as if the devil knows that I'm so close. And because I'm so close to freedom and not just success as far as like career or more money. I'm talking about viewing life in a way that I've never viewed life before. A way of viewing freedom in a way that I've never viewed it before. A type of love within that I've never had or never received from myself before. And that's what I'm feeling. All the other stuff, the platform, the career, we all know that's great. Cool, that's coming, right? It's coming. But the type of deliverance that is happening, the type of purge that is happening, the type of grief that I'm going through as God is transitioning me out, I feel like the enemy is working 10 times harder to get me to question everything that God has done for me. And I feel like God is testing me to say, just hold on a little bit longer. I need you to push through. I'm testing your faith. I'm testing your strength. I'm building you up. And I feel like the enemy is like, oh, you think you're going to win? You think she's going to... And God's like, yeah, put her through it. You know what I mean? That's like in Job when he lost everything. And the devil was telling God, like, he's not going to follow you. And he was like, okay, go ahead, test him. He allowed the enemy to test him. And if you know the story of Job, go read it. But long story short, he lost everything. His family, his money. He was very wealthy, and he still leaned on God. He still trusted God. He never turned his back on God. Yeah, he had moments of, anger and upset, but he still leaned on God. And I feel like that's what's happening to me. But I also feel like there's so many people that are like in a transition season of like, it's so different before. Like you knew you were supposed to do ministry, or you knew you were supposed to do something that God had assigned to you. But you're in this weird space of like, I know where I am, and I know that God is leading me, but at the same time, I don't know, because this is truly not my will. This is God's will. And because it's God's will, I have no control of what's going on. And sometimes it makes you feel uncomfortable. Sometimes it makes you feel like, am I hearing right? Sometimes it makes you stressed because you're so used to having control. But you got to understand that you got to give up that control, because God's hand is on this season in your life. God's hand is on this assignment in your life. This assignment, this season is not like the regular season. This season, this assignment is different. This season, this assignment is opening up the doors that you've been praying for, opening up the prophecies that you've been getting over your life for years. For years. This is the time that everything that God has shown you, that everything that has been prophesied over your life as a little girl, as a little boy over the years, this is the season for it. And that's why the enemy is trying to attack you so much and trying to test you, because he knows that this season is different. He knows that if you continue to walk through that deliverance, that freedom that you've been praying for, that different mindset is about to happen. You are about to be set free from the enemy's camp. You're about to be set free from what he's been telling you in your mind. And God is saying, I just need you to keep going. I need you to keep trusting me. I need you to keep pushing. I know it may seem like it's the same, but it's not. I know you don't like your job, but trust me. Trust that I'm preparing you for something greater. I know you want to start that business, and I know I gave you the name for it, but trust that I'm working it out. I know you don't have the resources and the finances, but trust that I'm working it out. I just need you to walk with me. I need you to walk this thing out. I need you to let the enemy know that he has no authority over what I'm doing in your life. I need you to speak it. He says, you can't ask for something and not have the authority over it. You cannot ask for something. You cannot say, God, I want this. I'm ready for this business. I'm ready for this platform. And you're not walking in the authority that he's given you. God says, I've given you the authority over the devil and over the thoughts that the devil has put inside of you. And he says, some of the things aren't opening yet until you get that authority of I am who God says I am. I am a child of God. I am free, set free, delivered. I am going to be all that God has called me to be. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Everything that I've prayed for, every vision that God has given me, it shall come to pass because my Father's words never lie. And so I'm speaking to myself because I need this. That it may not seem like things are moving, but they're moving. This season is different. This assignment is different. This year, this season, this assignment is the year, this is the season where God is opening up and starting the chapter of what he said you were going to do for the nations. This is the season of the things that you've prayed for are about to align with God's will and God's words that he has said to you. But you have to have patience. I'm speaking to myself. You have to have faith. You have to believe that even when you don't have what God said that you were going to have, that you still have to continue. And some of this is repetitive. But even when you can't see it, he's working it out. Even when the mountain seems like bigger than God, he's moving it to the side. Even when things are not aligning, even when you may not have everything that you want or everything that you need, he's preparing you for more. And he's wondering if you going to deal with the little like it was big, if you're going to accept the little like it's big, if you're going to appreciate what he has for you like it's big. We cannot allow the enemy to trip us up in this season. God is testing your faith because he's growing your faith. The enemy is testing you because he doesn't believe. He doesn't believe that you believe in God's words like you say you do. And you have to tell him, no, I do. I may have, and that's why he puts things in your head. Oh, you're not going to do it. Oh, it's not going to work out. Da, 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 da. Because if he can make you believe his words over God's words, because you can't see it, that's what faith is, because you can't see it. And it's easier to believe what the enemy is saying because nothing seems like it's moving. We cancel that. That's what the enemy does. He speaks to us when God has spoken to us and confirmed. He comes back like the snake that he is and tries to act like the words that God has said over our life shall not come to pass because it has not come to pass yet. But I'm here to let you know that if the Lord said it, it shall come to pass. It may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow. But I guarantee you, if you hold on to your faith and allow God to build your faith, allow God to build your relationship with him, it shall come to pass. There's a lot of things that haven't happened because he's preparing you for it. He will never give you something that you're not ready for. He will never give you something that you're not ready to handle. Even though you may have been praying for it, God will never give you something if he does not feel like you're not ready for it. There are some things that you need to grow from in order to get to where he's taking you. But you are on the right path. And because you're on the right path, you have to believe it. And because the enemy is attacking you so much, that is a sign right there that you're on the right path. Do not allow the enemy to get you so caught up in what your now is now, because your now is temporary. Your now is setting you up for blessings. Your now is setting you up for success. Your now is setting you up for mental maturity. Your now is setting you up for spiritual maturity. Your now is setting you up for what is to come. And we can't just receive. We have to go through in order to receive. We have to go through in order to grow our gifts, in order to grow who God has called us to be. We don't just wake up and say, okay, God, I'm 100% free. I'm 100% okay. I'm 100%. No, there is a process. There is a pruning that is happening right now. And you cannot give up. You cannot throw in the towel. You're just getting started. Okay? Make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. God is doing something different. And you have to hold on to that. In Jesus' name. All right. Talk to y'all later.